All right.
Guest is the only person below White Holiday in the Comicsgate phone book. It's my favorite failed clone of Peter Sammetti. The YouTube WyzGyz. How you doing, Conrad? Welcome to the show.
Darling.
Hello. Welcome to WyzGyz Entertainment. This is your host, Wyman. How are we today? We are joined today by our very special guest.
I like to be very special.
Yeah, you should feel very, very special.
I do. One thing, my wife just came downstairs, which is very, very unusual. So let me just ask what she wants. Okay. No, she did. She must have gone already. I don't know. We'll never find out. You know what? I'm going to WhatsApp her. There we go.
Interesting. Are you sure that maybe she wanted to come and join you on the stream today?
I can almost guarantee you that that's not the case. I can almost guarantee you that that's not the case.
Oh my gosh. I was going to say, wow, 2 for 1. Excuse me. By golly. It has been, it feels like ages since we last chatted.
It was longer than I thought. It was in December, wasn't it?
Oh my gosh, has it been that long already?
Yeah. I mean, listen, the world has fundamentally changed. In all fairness.
Oh yeah, holy cow! Good gracious.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like you're like so you're back to being a stranger.
Well, I guess so.
Oh my gosh. Would you mind taking a moment to share with these lovely folks your quote-unquote origin story?
I will indeed. I'm very happy to. My name is F.A.M.I.L.Y. I am the Rabbi from another planet. I am a massive Doctor Who fan. Freaking love Doctor Who, love comic books, love sci-fi. I grew up with this stuff. I grew up reading 2000 AD. It basically taught me how to read. And I write and draw comics. I have a YouTube channel of ill repute. I basically talk about and I'm a rabbi as well. Yeah, that's what I'm right. So I talk about geeky stuff, Doctor Who, boobies. I talk about boobies a lot because they're one of my favorite things. And God, because the good Lord did bring forth boobies, so the people of the world would rejoice. So that's where we are. So that's me, and I have an Indiegogo going on right now. Everybody, if you just want to have a good, happy life and riches and be adored by whatever gender it is that you want to be attracted to you and respected by everybody else, what you should do, and it's an easy thing. Go to my YouTube channel and subscribe. Listen, I'm not guaranteeing you like unlimited success if you do that. I'm not guaranteeing you. And then you should go and back my Indiegogo. You should do that too. Again, as I said, I'm not guaranteeing you unlimited success, but it probably will go down that way. It probably will. Let's see. Listen, results vary. Give it a try, and we'll see. That's the plan.
Oh my gosh. Results may vary.
I love that. It's the ultimate get out of jail free card, isn't it? Results may vary.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Yeah, it's like, yeah, we can't back up our claims at all. We're just gonna pretend it does all this stuff. It chops it, flops it, slices it, dices, it cooks, it cleans.
But listen. All that stuff doesn't matter. Once we get the money, then it's over. Then it's just that ornament that you buy that the salesman came round and talked you into.
Man, I don't need another ottoman. Oh man! Just when I thought I had enough, now I have to have another one.
Another ottoman?
Yeah.
Okay, you got to fill me in. What's going on with your need for multiple ottomans?
Oh no, I have no need. No. Oh my goodness. So how are you today?
I am pretty darn well. I'm multitasking. I'm trying to tweet out the link to this as we speak right now. Being over the age of 30, doing more than one thing at once, pretty difficult. 1 second, here we go. Aha, finally got it. There, there. Let me just tweet it out as well. I'll do that, and I'll just do that. There you go. The part is happening.
I was doing the same myself.
And there's supposed to be some big Doctor Who news are supposed to be dropped at right about now.
Really?
I see nothing going down with that. So who knows?
So how do you usually find out about the latest scoops? Do you monitor like popular entertainment?
Yeah. Well, this one there's always like Twitter chat, which is why you got to be on Twitter. But I hate Twitter with every fiber of my being. Twitter is pure evil.
Oh yeah.
But that basically, so there's been some chatter over the last day that there's going to be some big announcement dropped at well, it was supposed to be 10 minutes ago. Not seeing anything. So I guess not then, right? I guess it's all going to be quiet. But because the current Doctor Who, Jodie Whittaker, is firstly awful, but also supposed to leave. And they rumored she's been leaving very, very heavily for the last month or so, last 2 months. So we were hoping, is today the day we get the official news? Hey, can we help you, darling? But I guess not. I guess nothing's happening.
Oh my gosh. Oh man. Hasn't maybe I'm just thinking about everyone's been wishing to get rid of her all this time. At first, there used to be a lot of talk.
It hasn't been overly successful. Let's be fair. It hasn't been overly successful. Like all these franchises, like BBC are in a worse state than like CBS or Access or Disney Plus, because BBC can't hide their viewing figures. They try. They really try. If somebody watches like 1 minute of an episode of a BBC show online on their iPlayer, their online player, it gets counted as a full view. You got to watch. I think it's 1 minute. And it's like, that sounds like you're fudging the figures a little bit. So so they haven't been able to hide their utter disaster quite as much as like the Star Trek people, who just don't say how badly it's going, but we all know how badly it's going. However, failure is no barrier whatsoever to like having more series of whatever garbage it is commissioned, right? I am fully of the opinion that the brief renaissance we saw in the Star Wars universe, that culminated with Luke Skywalker. Once again, we saw a heroic Luke Skywalker. That's over. I think that's over, and I think the when it all comes back, it sounds like Jon Favreau, who was like heading that, has been deballed. Deballed, and I don't know why he's staying there, but it doesn't sound like I think that's gonna go the way of what they call it, the High Republic or the sequel trilogy.
Those as well as Solo and oh man, it's pretty bad. I mean, I'm still in full support of Gina Carano.
Well, of course. Okay, that thing the actual quote that she gave, it was 100% accurate and in context. Everybody say, "Oh, she said something stupid. They took it out." No, she what she said. I mean, like I used to work at F.A.M.I.L.Y, the Israel Holocaust Museum. She is 100% correct, and you
Yeah.
know how we know she's 100% correct? By the reaction. By the way, everybody freaked out. If they didn't all freak out that way, we knew that. Then, if nobody cared, then what she said would. It's like when they kept saying, "Oh, look, the last president. He is the same as the evil chancellor from the 30s in Germany, right?" And nobody really listened because it was nonsense. And it was just but like when you say something that really touches a nerve, people freak out. People absolutely freak out, which is, I think, what went down there.
Yeah, and oftentimes people don't take the time to do any research. They just look at something and go overreact immediately and share it all over the place. And
I'm in the middle of my own cancellation adventure.
what? Oh my
Yeah.
God! Let's discuss that in just a moment. Frog G, welcome. Frog G asks, your YouTube link on your Twitter is broken. Is your YouTube channel Biblical Comics?
No. Oh, did I saw that link up there? Wonder. Oh, see, listen, you're gonna see me change something on the fly. Is it broken? One second, I'm gonna click that. I thought I updated that.
Let me check your profile.
All right, 1 second. Let's get to edit profile. Thank you, Mr. Froggy. Whatever. What's your name again? What?
Frog G.
Frog G. Thank you, Frog G. I will. I know I got it written down over here somewhere. How do I edit this though? It says bio, YouTube. All right, click there. Doink. Okay, I click this one.
Yeah, your page is not available.
Yeah. Updated. Okay, fine. Refresh it. It's YouTube C/Spielbecken. There you go. It should work. Yeah, there you go. Right there. Then please go and subscribe because YouTube. Firstly, I'm being shadow banned. Somebody sent me this thing yesterday with this red dot thing saying that if you got a red dot there, you're being shadow banned.
Where's the red dot?
I don't know. It's here. 1 second. I'm going to put it in the chat. My YouTube link is there. And my Indiegogo, which is the one you're going to want. The Indiegogo is, I would say, I'm not going to say it's the greatest Indiegogo ever. But it is. It just did. Listen, look, I like Ethan. I like Cyberfrog. I want you to buy mine more.
Of course. All right. Yep. Your link in your profile is updated. It is working now.
Lock and load. There we go.
All right. And let's take a look here. Excuse me. Out of curiosity, you've got on your channel 2.86 thousand subscribers. How long have you had a YouTube channel?
About coming up to about 18 months. 18 months, 2 years, around there. I've been like pumping it.
Wow. Yeah, your hard work is paying off.
It takes time. Listen, I had a real growth in January. I had about it got an extra like 500 subscribers. Like came out of nowhere in January, and it was really weird. It lasted for about 2 weeks. It just kept going up and up and up. I guess YouTube. I just surfed the algorithm or something. I have no idea what went down, but it really helped my channel. It really helped it. It was fantastic.
Was it due to an increase in Doctor Who content?
No, I think Doctor Who being on TV. That's when it started. They had this episode of Doctor Who on TV, and I went online and I did a live review of it, and that did well. And that's when things started to really kick up. But then it's all gone down again. So, listen, YouTube. With one hand they giveth, with the other hand they taketh away.
Yeah. Man, I wonder what you're referring to when you're talking about getting a red dot. Because
here, let me see if I can find the thing somebody sent me. It was over here. I got to find. Somebody sent me this screenshot. I got to make sure I'm not going to dox them. So if they.
Because I occasionally visit this one website that It's supposed to help tell whether or not you've been shadow banned and what areas you're banned in. And it's called the Twitter shadow ban test.
No, it's not Twitter. It's a YouTube test, I think.
A YouTube test, really?
Well, so here I can show you the image that I will send.
Oh shoot! Where did the link go?
There you go. If you throw that up.
Just a sec. Excuse me. Oops. Shoot. All right. So far, my Twitter's okay. I'm on their good graces right now. Huh.
So yeah, apparently that red dot means you're shadow banned.
So, huh? Okay. So otherwise it would be
out
like
of there, mech around. I'm in reasonably good company.
Oh yeah, yeah. Excuse me. Thanks for dropping links, Frog G. Appreciate it. Oh wow. So what's up with this cancellation that you're talking about?
Oh, okay. Let me find. I gotta find the thumbnail first. It's okay. So I have to walk you back, give you give you like walk you up to about, I don't know, 6 months ago, whenever I was on I was doing a live stream, right? And I was you do the warm up at the beginning, you schmooze with people, talk about things, and there was a guy there called TARDIS Time, and I said, "Oh, TARDIS Time is always a good time." So then I said, "When would be a good time in the TARDIS? When would be a good time in the TARDIS?" And I started going through all the Doctor Who companions from 1963, right? and rating my chances of being able to get them into bed, right?
Oh damn! Oh
so
god!
I reached this one companion from 1967. This woman called a companion called Victoria Waterfield, who played by Deborah Watling. Freaking gorgeous, one of the most beautiful women ever. She's dead now. That's how long ago, but she's absolutely gorgeous, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "Oh wow, Victoria, super hot." And the character was always screaming, and she's always scared. So I said, "Man, she's got post-traumatic stress disorder. That makes it easy. That makes it easy." Now,
oh gosh,
I'm a sane person, so I don't have to preface everything by saying, "Oh, I don't mean I want to, myself onto children," right? I don't need to preface that because I figure that's just a given, right? I figure that's just everybody knows that. So there was and I only just found this out, was it yesterday? They said, "Wait a minute, that character was 14 years old that you're sexualizing." I'm like,
"Oh gosh!"
Played by like a 19, 20-year-old freaking gorgeous woman, right? Absolutely gorgeous woman. And they no. So then I just found out yesterday. So they went running with this, right? And they were having such a great time. And then I put a stop to it after 2 days because I started putting out these. There was like this. There's this like crazy group on Twitter that hate you if you don't like the current Doctor Who. They just hate you, and especially if you take the piss out of them, that makes them insane, right? So they were running, and then I put a stop to it by saying, "Listen, I'm not the first Jew who's been disingenuously accused of fiddling with children for the amusement of a sick mob." Now, do I think their motivation was they were anti-Semitic? I honestly really don't know. I really, really don't know. I do know that, accurately speaking, that was a very, very typically racist behavior, right? And they knew it too. So they were like, so that kind of killed that. They were like, and that kind of freaked them out, right? So anyway, that was a while ago. So then, actually, I gotta find the thumbnail to show you. I was a bit of a naughty boy. I will admit to being a bit of a naughty boy. So then there was
Aren't you always?
well, it's true. That is true. There was this thing going on in Doctor Who fandom, man. Where is it?
I mean, aren't correct me if I'm wrong, but weren't all his companions always adult age or older?
Kind of. Yeah, I mean, you had a couple who were like Was
No,
it?
were they really as young as 14?
No. I mean, listen, they're always played by adults. So, it's
Yeah.
here it is. So fine. So so then they had this thing going on in Doctor Who fandom called the Watch Along. So this started right at the beginning of lockdown. They had this woman who worked on Doctor Who magazine. She said, and it was a completely organic thing. So why don't we all watch an episode together and we'll tweet about it with a hashtag? And it really took off. They were massive, right? We had and they had the writers and the actors in them joining in the tweet. They would make special.
Oh, wow.
It was really, and it was incredible because fandom had been really divided. Like fandom is everywhere. Had been really divided. It was one of the most unifying things in fandom. We all really loved it. And it reached ahead around, I don't know, was it May when it got really good? And then they did one where it was a very good episode, but the writer was a bit of a dick. so he was on the SJW side of things, and he did a change of like half the people watching, and that kind of killed. But they kept running and kept going on. So anyway, last week they announced that the watch along was going to be this story called The Unicorn and the Wasp, which was Doctor Who meets Agatha Christie. It's a really good episode. And it was written by this guy called Gareth Roberts. Gareth Roberts is an old-time Doctor Who fan, old-school Doctor Who fan. He's a gay man, right? He's a gay man, very, very... But he's... well, not but. He's like right of centre. He's like traditionally a little bit more conservative. So a few years ago, he put out a tweet. It was kind of a funny tweet saying, like, why are trans people always have such dramatic names like Crystal or Janet or something? And I could just imagine if you're gay and suddenly you got this whole new element in your community that are very screechy. I can imagine it being very, very annoying, right?
Right.
So he was then cancelled several years later, but to a great extent, right? Like in his book, he was removed from an anthology book, and but anyway, it was kind of forgotten about. So they wanted to do this episode, and then all the Twitter crazes, the Twitter psychos, they started like just losing it. They totally lost it. At which point, the woman who was running it said, "Yeah, I think okay, we won't do that episode, but we won't do it anymore. We'll do one more, and then we'll stop it." So they basically destroyed it. They destroyed it, and they knew it. Right. So at that point, I trolled them a little bit.
You what?
So this was from last week. If you could throw up this thumbnail. So,
that one, yeah.
Oh yeah. So Rabbi, won't this make the Twitter psychos awfully cross because she was from a Victorian age, and the little bear represent the angry Jodie bear, I call it, represents the Twitter psychos because they all look like this. They all have these like little furry little faces because they're all 12 and grown beards. And she goes, "Yes, it will!" Right? So they love it. Yeah, I thought this was so obvious they wouldn't bite, right? They wouldn't bite the clear trolling that I was doing. No, they loved. They went out of their mind. They went crazy. So they've been trying to catch me ever since. They thought they had, but they actually had a hashtag. Rabbi is over party. Hashtag Rabbi is over party. And my channel's still here. It's growing. I'm doing as good, better than ever. So I use that hashtag in everything I do.
Wow, you got your own hashtag. Damn.
Yeah, so I use it in everything. And I did streams where I pulled up the body of this woman who was. This is one of the most gorgeous women I've ever seen. I'm trying to find salacious schoolgirl imagery, which is salacious enough and not too dirty. Very difficult. Very difficult. So I found this one, and it was from like this porn shoot, right? And so you can only look at the first few pictures. The rest are not something anybody should be looking at. But so I had to put them on screen. Do I still have them? And I tried to explain, because the thing that these Twitter psychos hate, they absolutely are terrified, is normative human sexuality, like heterosexuality.
Yeah.
They are terrified of that. Yeah, the thing, they cut a pair of boobies, makes them run, makes them scream. So I put this on screen saying, this clearly porn star is dressed sort of as a schoolgirl, but that doesn't mean we like schoolgirl. This is a fantasy, like a recently, like a nurse, like, somebody dresses as a sexy nurse. It doesn't mean that you're gonna want to go and attack somebody who is in the middle of doing a bedpan. No. And then I had to explain that this character, Victoria, who they were saying was 14. I found, I'm going to talk about today, I found out that their entire reason they said she was 14 was from a out-of-print, non-canonical short story, right?
Oh,
and it turns out that I've had like this history professor get in touch with me and said, "Oh no, the neckline of her outfit clearly denotes that she was at minimally 19, probably 20. Because it's called the décolletage or something." And she was like, "Yeah, exactly," because she was showing a tiny bit of cleavage, which means that she's of marriageable age. But if she was that age, she'll be like up to her neck. And also, clearly the intention of the production team at the time was to have this 20-year-old person play a 20-year-old person.
Right.
But honestly, it's but okay, look, I looked for my what I think really fueled it is there's a couple of people on our side of the fence. I started my Indiegogo. And it's doing quite well. It's doing quite well. And there are some people, and I think they may be in that demographic. They were big supporters of this very anti-Semitic politician called Jeremy Corbyn. And I don't really understand it, but if a Jew like publicly makes money, sometimes it upsets people, and so I think they launched this campaign against me to like try and hook onto that. Huh. But I don't know the motivations. I can just tell you the facts, which is what I'm telling you, the facts of the matter. So there you go. So that's my mini cancellation event. So there was a channel that I was on quite a bit, who kept getting targeted by the psychos, and I think he had this other group of people like screaming at him that he had to like not let me on his channel anymore, right? Because. So, which is fine, whatever. Anybody can do what anybody wants to do. It's fine. But, so that's my ongoing cancellation adventure.
Oh, so it's ongoing.
Well, listen, it's not really making a big dent on me. If I wasn't in the middle of running a campaign, I would be a little less miffed about it. But, the whole thing is it's so insanely disingenuous. It's just so insanely disingenuous.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. This stupid cancel culture.
That's it. Well, listen, it's a good thing to I think be on the wrong side of the fence today. Thank you very much, Jake Tvista.
Yeah, welcome, Jake. Bless the Rabbi for his presence. So we've got. The Rabbi from Another Planet Comics Bonanza.
Actually, you know what? Here, instead of this, share the screen. Okay, you can see everything. Much clearer here. So I got this campaign. Freaking awesome campaign, and there's going to be fun stuff going to be showing you in a minute. There's two graphic novels, two awesome graphic novels. This first one, 100 pages long, 50 pages of story. We're doing nicely. I think we're going to be adding 5 pages, anything between 5 and 20 pages. We hit 20 grand, we had 20 pages. And I think we could do it. I think we can get there. This is I call it a love letter to telefantasy of the 1960s. So you got James Bond, you got 1960s Doctor Who, you got Emma Pill, you got a monkey in a spacesuit, you got the Black Slab from 2001. You're in this one reality bending, bonkers story that deals with like the whole like nature of like fiction and reality. So that's basically what it is. But it's mostly just lots and lots and lots of fun. So we got that book going on, and I wrote it. The art's by this guy called Dominic Racho, who we're going to come back to in a minute because he's freaking awesome. Then we got this other book, Biblical Bible Stories for Atheists, Creationists, Rationalists, and Rogues. This is a thick book. This is 220 pages. It's 180 story pages. This is the kind of like, again, it's the kind of books I read and I enjoyed growing up. Were like the early Vertigo books when they had the brain drain from the UK. So so that's got this kind of feel, right? It's basically this kind of feel. It's called Bible Stories for Atheists, Creationists, Rationalists, and Rogues. There's no preaching and no polemics at all. I just happen to know, this as a source material for lots of good stories, and this is one. I think it's like multi-general epic story that I'm telling this. I may do future volumes. I don't know, but wait, there's more. If you get both books, I also got this thing called For the Male Gaze, a series of art cards for the male gaze. So the first one you get, we just added one new one. But the first one, I call Keeping the British End Up. Keeping the British End Up. These are all based on my 12-year-old genre-related masturbatory fantasies. My 12-year-old genre-related masturbatory fantasies. And may I say, I have incredible taste.
I have to agree with you there.
Sorry?
I have to agree with you there.
So we got this James Bondy one. It's called Keeping the British End Up. Last line of my favorite James Bond movie, The Spy Who Loved Me. That's the first one. Second one, let's go look at this one next. If you like a bit Space 1999, we got this one, Party Like It's 1999. I was trying to go for a slightly different body type in this one because I was like monopolizing everything. The artist, again, Dominic, has a very similar predilections to me, has a very similar, taste to me. So he kind of chunked her up a little bit, and that's how it works for me too. So, I feel quite happy about that. There's this one which is I think my favorite. One of my favorites. I call this No Hanky Panky in the TARDIS. No Hanky Panky in the TARDIS. This is a companion by the name of Perry from the early 80s. They squeeze this young woman, this very healthy young woman, into spandex, right, and pushed her in front of the screen just as my puberty hit. Just as my puberty, I would say, somewhat exploded in quite a messy way. She's been trapped in my psyche, ever since. So this was called. That's what the producer at the time said. Oh, there's no hanky panky in the TARDIS when they had a younger Doctor Who. And we have this one, which I think is just fantastic. This is a bit of Judge Dredd action. I call this one Don't Even Think It, Citizen. Don't Even Think It, Citizen. So I want to do a little bit of a zoom in on this one for you, because so you can really appreciate the artwork, which is just fantastic. Again, Dominic Racho really nailing Judge Anderson. You can tell, however, it's a bit of a cold morning outside in the cursed earth. There's a bit nippy out, I would say. But don't worry, Judge Anderson is a consummate professional, and she has been trained for these hardy tasks. And so then we added, if you join the mailing list, you got a fifth chaser one, which we just added. If we get up to about, I don't know, 12 grand, I reckon I'm going to give it to everybody. We get up to 12 grand, we're adding another 4 in, another 5 in, I should say. But I think I'll throw this in. This one I call, I'm sensing very strong emotion, sensing very strong emotions, Captain. I am sensing very strong emotions, Captain. Poor Captain.
One of the newer ones?
Yeah, this is a new one right now. This has been left in charge of the Enterprise. The environmental controls gone completely out of whack. She's had to take all her clothes off so she could survive the heat. That's why she looks a little bit miffed, but just a glorious card, an absolutely glorious card. So we'll be doing again. We hit 10 grand. We're doing 5 more. Listen, if you can get us there, I will get. If you can get me there, baby, I will get you there. So we've got one more thing. I've also just added in. So we have a sketch card left on. I commissioned Dominic to do a bunch of con sketches, like simple con sketches. He did one and he misunderstood me and made it into a full drawing, which I then paid him for because it was very good. But I'm adding this into the mid to upper level tiers as like an A3 poster. This Doctor Who one. I'm calling this Bohemian in time and space. If you know Doctor Who, this is Tom Baker, the Fourth Doctor. Very, very well liked Doctor Who, I would say. So there you go. So that's the package that we have. And right now there's how many? There is, I think, about 25 left. We have the last sale. We've had 3 sales. The first group was 35 for 30. You got both books for $35. They're gone. That was only the first 35. Then I was like, well, I'll do it again. We'll do 40 for 40. That's where we are right now. So the 40 for 40 sales going on. No, the first was 30 for 30, then 35 for 35. Now we're on for 40 for 40, right? The sale price, the real price is $45 for both books. I think it's both books. You get all cards. You're probably getting this poster as well. And as the thing goes on, you're going to get more and more and more. Depending how well we do, but so we're on 40 for 40 right now. When that runs out, goes up to 45, and that's it. No more sales unless I feel nice, and then I might do another one. I might do 42, but I'm probably 45 is the price that I think we're getting to.
Oh wow, that's a heck of a deal for 2 huge books.
Yeah, listen, I know it's decent. Let's have a look at Deanna Troy again because look, it's freaking awesome. It's absolutely awesome.
And the so you may have up to 5 bonus cards.
No, we have those now. The bonus, you have the 5 cards now. You get those with the 2 books. We may have another 5. This range. So I think I might do two men ones for we have some ladies. We have some gay people. I like to accommodate everybody. So we'll do 2 male ones. But then I think we're back to the girls again. Next girl one will have to be a slave layer, right? Has to be a slave layer.
Oh, there you go.
Nicely chained up. I wonder what happened in between those scenes in Return of the Jedi. And after that, who knows? Who knows where we could go? Maybe it'll be a some kind of strange crossover between 7 of 9 and T'Pol from Enterprise. That would be it would be the only logical conclusion. I think we will call that.
Only logical conclusion. What are your thoughts on Wilma Deering from Buck?
Oh, see, I do. She's a very, very beautiful woman. She's a little bit slim for me, but I do understand Wilma Deering is very, very popular. That may be card number 9. We don't know. But then if you back the campaign, you get to say if you just come to my channel. If you come to my channel and chip in and to tell me what you think, I will take whatever you say on board.
Yeah, then her and I want to say Linda Carter from Wonder Woman.
Linda Carter, Wonder Woman. That will be a good one. That will, I'm on with Lucifer Storm next week. That will be a fun one. The thing about Linda Carter though is I don't know. It's just it's hard to do a salacious Wonder Woman without it being too porny. It's finding that balance. Like this, I'm okay with because I feel it's kind of like fun. It's kind of fun, and it's like. It's like something that's not like over the top. Like I don't feel like a pervert for like enjoying looking at this. However, once I start to hear things like 2 pieces of chicken being banged together, or like a bucket of mud. Once I start hearing those kind of sounds, I'm like, yeah, that's a bit much for me, mate. Okay, whatever. I'm not gonna make cast aspersions, but this is my safe zone.
All right. Were there any particular pieces you wanted to share from your campaign, or like production sketches, or anything like that?
Whatever you like. It's like here. I'll go up here. This page here shows you gives you a little bit of a flavor of what you get with the book. Firstly, you get the story, but then you got this backup story called Ice Warriors. These are a series of 1-page strips. There's about 18 of them. If we do really well, with the campaign. I may take these strips out of the book and then make it into its own comic. But we got to hit 40 grand or something like that. But I'll make it its own full color comic. I'll make it oversized. I'll make it so that that'll be kind of cool. So you get that in there. You also get like you see, you get the script. You get all my notes on it. You get Dominic's sketches. As working out the pages. It's a stonking full package. You also get like the breakdown for the subsequent series. I got at least one other graphic novel with this plan. We had plan that I might well do. I have the breakdown for that in the in the book. And same thing over here with biblical. I got you get the full script. You get all the notes, production notes. Yeah, basically lots of fun. And you get this new cover, which I'm going to zoom into because I'm pretty happy with this cover. I think it came out pretty nicely.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
So yeah, again, I really wanted to have that early Vertigo feel, which is so did the stacking covers with a bit of collage thrown in. So that's where we are with that.
How long have you remind me again how long it took to make both of these books?
Oh, a long time. So biblical started in 2015, maybe even before then. I think it was around 2015 I started it. I think around there. I know I tried to get into comics as I started this in the exact millisecond, the exact second that the crazes took over the comic book profession. Right? It's in that exact moment. Unfortunately, I was not one of the crazes, so I couldn't. So they weren't that interested.
Right. And were both of these books roughly conceived around the same time?
No. Biblical. I've had knotting around my head for a while. I think when did I want to do Imperium? Imperium was, I think, 2017, something like 2017, 2018. So yeah, where Imperium came from was I was doing these one-page strips with this guy Stefano. I'll go back over there. I was doing these one-page strips with him, and the Ice Warriors they're owned by the BBC, so we couldn't never market it or do anything with it. So I said, maybe we could do something that we could sell. Wouldn't that be nice? So that's when I came up with the idea. We crowdfunded it, and then the artist working on it, Stefano, just kind of vanished. He did like the first 4 or 5 pages, which is also in the book. He did the first 4 or 5 pages, and they weren't his best work. And he vanished, so that's where I had to go and find another artist, and we hired Dominic, which is where this all came from. So that's basically. And then I went on and did I came up with was another thing from Stefano when he came back, and he vanished again. That's why my next book, which I'm about 50 pages into right now, I'm drawing it, and it looks and feels very different from the initial conception of it.
So Ice Warriors is an IP owned by BBC?
No, sort of. They're a Doctor Who monster. They're half owned by the BBC, half owned by I think Brian Hayes.
All right. So it's okay to have this included because it's not.
Yeah, because it's not selling it. It's just something like you're not buying it. It's just included. It's. But again, and like it's not. This is just a perk for the backers of it. It's not like commercially for sale.
Right.
That's why it'll be really good for me if we get up to like 40, 50 grand. and then we could then I can take it out and put it in its own book, and then there's nobody. I'd also change the name of it. I'll call it like, I don't know, the Empire, the Martian Empire of Snow, or something like that. So yeah, so the Martian Snow Lords, or something.
Yeah,
something.
I was about to say you'd have to change your name. The name, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but that's really about it. Give me the injection. I need the vertigo fill, baby. Yeah, I hear it. Don't do drugs, kids. Don't do drugs.
What made you? So, is this the very first time both of these books are going to be in physical form?
Oh no. They both been print. Well, the great thing about living today is you can print one book. So I've been doing like print on demand with them. But the reason I started my channel was because I got into Fandom Menace. I found out about Comicsgate. I found about the Ethan Van Sciver's stream. All the streams that your boy Zach. And I just realized that the YouTube is the platform to develop an audience to be able to sell your crap to sell your comic books, right? That is just, and I'm a little bit early. Like my channel's still a little bit too small. I think you should wait. You should have 10,000 subscribers and then do your first launch. But it's like the market is getting saturated. I really wanted to start crowdfunding now, because really I'm working on the next project or the project after that, right? Which is the next one is here. I'll pull out some pages for the next one. The next one's kind of fun. It's called Crown of the Empire.
Now this is one you're doing the original art on.
Yeah, right. I'm just where is that? Oh yeah. Do I have a preview here? Okay. Important note to any Mac and Adobe user. Only ever open PDFs with preview. Never try and use Acrobat to open a PDF. It will just slow up your machine. you to a point where you cannot imagine it.
Yeah, I use preview.
Exactly. So here, one second. Let me just pull this out. I've got to work out how to share the screen.
Yeah, Adobe software for some reason seems to be so resource intensive.
Yes. I mean, look, they do a lot of things, but I do absolutely. I like now. I really want to get an extra bit of RAM put in my computer.
How much RAM do you have now?
8 meg, 8 gig, 8 meg.
Oh damn! Yeah, you need a lot more.
Yeah, I could really use 16 or 32.
My system has 64. Right.
Right, no, I hear it. Yeah, absolutely. Fine. So this is the new thing I'm working on now.
Welcome, El Gargoyle. Thanks for the eggplant.
Fine. So this is called Crown of the Empire. I'll start on the second page. So this is I got the idea of the character from watching Nerdronic, right? So I thought I liked his look. He kind of struck me like a was it Donald Sutherland sort of thing. So I wanted to do kind of like a steampunky, Britishy thing, but with like Mars and Victorian science. That's the sort of thing. Right? So in my head, this is kind of like a really cool movie from the 1960s that was never made. Like, but if you've ever seen the Hammer sci-fi movies, like The First Men in the Moon, that's where they have like this crazy science that doesn't work at all. So this is about this colony on the British colonies on Mars. Let me zoom out a bit. There you go. See a bit better there. The British colonies on Mars. Then you got this like upper class twit who gets sent out there, somewhat in disgrace. He meets the main character, Crown, over here, the guy who I said, let's make it look like Gary from Nerdronic. So he basically gets himself in trouble. Here, I do like the coloring on these pages. This is by Rita Giovanni. But I like we discussed for a long time, what color would the alien prostitute's lingerie be as they walk through the bad part of town? So we went through a few different iterations of that.
So you did plenty of research.
Exactly. So then, but a few weeks later, he's like well into like this Martian alien weed and hookers, right? So he's just degenerates completely or virtually overnight. and he ends up having to go to this outpost. I mean, again, I wanted airships. I want all like the traditional steam.
Oh, that's nice.
This character's introduced essentially so she can be in the second half of the book not wearing much clothes. She's got so that's always a staple of these 60s movies. You know, you see she's got the very Victorian underwear thing going on. She's very dressed, you know, in this part of the book. But this is just to give you like the juxtaposition. So he ends up you know in this outpost, and things go badly. He has a this insane trip. That's a bad trip that goes on forever.
Wow. Yeah.
with these natives, and he kind of ends up single-handedly causing this revolution when the natives attack. And so we got this scene where they're like, you know, just about to attack. And the good thing about working on your own stuff is you can really slow things down, and you can add in an extra page, you know, or two as you need it. So I wanted to like have this really like slow build up as they're like charging. So they're like charging, and you could and you're like, wait for the others, like hold, and so I added this extra page in just to like ration up the tension before they eventually do fire, and they go whip through a bunch of people. But I did want to show the aliens being like a serious threat. So we got a couple of people getting spears and
dang.
that sort of thing. And then like the second half of the book is essentially trying to find trying to survive the Martian jungle. Yeah, that over here I got the there we go. I got the scale completely wrong. There we go. There you can read. So yeah, they got this. They have to survive the Martian jungle and make it back to civilization before whipping the natives back into a good British form of submission. So there we go. That's my next book, Crown of the Empire, which I'm plowing through right now.
Wow, and you're doing all this digitally, right?
Oh yeah, I do everything digitally.
Wow, that's cool. Welcome, Past Master Dan. How's it going? PSV.
Hey, you doing? Hey, I'm glad you know how to write my name to pronounce it the correct way. I don't know where you picked that up on, but well done. You have my honor and respect, sir.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we were just saying.
Yeah, it was 100% Gary from Nerdronic. I totally did that on purpose. And Gary's a bit skeeved out by it.
Is he really?
Well, that's weird.
I was about to ask what he thought about it.
I told you. There you go. Well, I figured that's how you knew.
Oh man. Yeah. So you got your project funding now. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you went live on your channel, right?
I did.
All right. And with such a low flex goal, did you get the first day?
We popped through the goal in like the first 20 minutes. You know, that's why I did it on purpose. But yeah, because look, the books are done. They're ready to go. I would like to make them better. That's why we have the stretch goals. But basically, they're done and totally ready to go. What I would really like to be doing is about 4 Indiegogos a year. That's my goal, and I want to draw one. I think I'll do Crown of the Empire for the next few years. I want to draw one and have different artists with other ones. So my third book, which I'm pretty sure is the one I'm going to do. I want to do a Superman book, but I will do my own version of Superman, like Aubrey Man or whatever. You know, here's the thing. Yeah, I don't really understand why a lot of people in the industry don't get this. But let's say you want to do Superman and you don't work for DC, so you're gonna take terrible rates and work for DC, so you work. Just take the essence of the character and make your own. I mean, like we all know, Queen Maeve and Homelander in The Boys are Superman and Wonder Woman. Everybody knows that, right? And they're not, right? The Orville is Star Trek. Everybody knows that, but it's not. So you do the same thing. So So what I would really want to do is a book all about the essence of Superman, right? You go to the absolute essence of him, and I think Superman has existed throughout the ages, throughout like a good how many 70 years? So I wanted to encapsulate all of that. So picture this. In my version, the Fortress of Solitude will be this giant structure, metal crystalline structure that hangs in like the lower orbit, right? Lower orbit. And so it starts off Superman on sitting on top of it with Superdog, because having dog ownership is pure Americana. Having and that's what Superman is. Where Superman came from is you had these people had the idea of a super being, an Übermensch, the Germans, and they said, oh right, let's do let's do Second World War and the Holocaust. Yeah, that was their idea of what to do with the Übermensch. So then you got Americans, a couple of Jewish guys, Siegel and Schuster. They took the idea of Übermensch and they made it into Superman. They made a being that the strong would help the weak, which I think is like a truly uniquely American thing that they brought into the world. Right, that didn't exist before Empire was. America was the empire that it is. The strong helping the weak. So that's really what I want to celebrate with. So anyway, to start off, he's like close up of Superman with Superdog. He's like stroking his dog's head because they really love their dog, right? Zoom in, and then you pull out slowly. And I want to try and get that majesty from the Richard Donner movie. So in my head, I got the Richard Donner soundtrack playing, and it pulls dun, 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 and you can see this entire structure, which is huge at the lower. So then the plot is he's being interviewed by that universe's version of Lois Lane. I'm going to call her like Laurie Lynch or something. And she's a YouTuber. She worked for Daily Planet or whatever, and now she's a YouTuber, and she's scored an interview with Superman. So Superman flies down, brings her up to the Fortress of Solitude for the interview. But right then, a Mr. Maplisnik type character appears, right, and hits him with a reality ray, and then everything goes white. And the next thing you turn the page and you're in a 1930s style Superman book, and that's where the narrative continues in that kind of feel, right? And he has to break out of that reality, and he gets to a 1950s style. And he breaks out of that, gets to 1970s, gets to the 80s, and eventually, so you go for all the different types of Superman there've been, right? And then and just before he makes it out, he gets to like the current day one, and he's like a black woman. He's like, "What the hell?" And then basically he breaks out, and then the backup strip for that would be the interview with Superman. So you get to find out about the character. I'd have him come from like a parallel dimension instead of another planet. But so you just do little things like that, and it's the same and it's different, and everybody knows what you're talking
about. That sounds like a trip.
Yeah. So that would be a fun book. Yeah. So that's and I just want to do that. That's why I like having these two books, which are very different, as my like opening thing in this, because I want to brand myself as like, see, people get pick up a Rabbi book rather than a Superman book. Like they will see my name, they'll get the brand and go, oh, I know he can deliver. I know he can give me a good story, a good entertainment at a decent price and value for money, which I think is very important. So, that's where we are.
Why made you decide to bundle these two in the same campaign as opposed to having individual campaigns for each one?
Because I noticed that if you have another book to sell in your campaign, you do better. But if you like Jawbreakers 2 did better because if people bought Jawbreakers 1 and Jawbreakers 2, if you have two books, you do better. That simple. That's why. It's made branding it harder because, but I mean that's why I'm using myself as the brand rather than the comics. But that was the plan, and hopefully the art will sell itself. And listen, there's a nice bit of cheesecake built in. Never hurts a campaign, does it? Never hurts.
Oh yeah. Thanks for dropping links, Frog G. And Past Master Dan, congratulations, Svi.
Thank you. Well, listen, my success is your success, especially if you're a backer.
Indeed.
By the way, the people trying to cancel me, my message to you is this: to really get to me, to really get under my skin, to like hurt me, you want to buy many copies of my comics and then burn them, right? Just burn. That'll show me. Buy 200 of them, right? And burn them. That will show me. And I'll feel so bad. Oh, yes. I'm going to go now. Quick. Don't do the sell price. Go for the full price. Really stick it to me.
Yeah, stick it to Svi. Hashtag stick it to Svi.
Please, I tell you, that could have bad connotations. Okay. I'm checking to see if there's any Doctor Who news, and there's nothing. Absolutely nothing. Fine.
That's so strange.
Yeah, okay. No, there is no Doctor Who news. Fine. 14
days left. So, how long has it been going? Has it been almost half a month already?
Yeah. And it's flown. Oh my god! I just don't have enough. If I could grow another 3 of me, that I could maybe actually, or I can get another 8 hours in a day. If I got another 8 hours in a day, I could do a lot more. But what can you do?
And is this like first round of 30 days of funding?
I'm going to keep keep it in demand.
So so after 30 days of funding, you're going in demand, or are you going to do a second set of 30 funding?
I don't know. I didn't even consider doing a second set of 30 funding. What would that get? What would that get me?
It's kind of the general trend, the model that a lot of CGers use.
Right.
So, as you know, in the first campaign after you go live, you have like this initial spike of interest because, brand new book on the market, everyone's excited. And then over time, throughout the first month, it starts to drop a little bit as the campaign runs. But then you get another spike towards the end of the month because it's coming to a close.
Right.
And there's that don't want to miss out mentality.
But everybody knows that you're going to do another 30 days. Then doesn't that dilute that?
Yeah, it's kind of like a little fun mental game.
Okay.
But people dig it anyway. And, even though you understand the concept behind it, people are on board with it anyway. So then the second month is very much a repeat of the first month. You get additional spikes throughout the campaign.
Oh man!
And more opportunities to earn more money.
Okay, listen. So far this morning, this is just today. Last night, I was on Comic Mark, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I had to be up at midnight for that, which is way past my bedtime. So I went to bed like 9:30, got up at like 11:30, went on his channel, and then was on there for like an hour or so. Then went to bed. Then set my alarm and got up at 3:30 to go on to Peter Semeni's channel, and like this is a bit. I got to do this for another month, really? Oh. That's a bit much. Well, listen, I do firmly expect the apocalypse to start in about 3 or 4 weeks. About 3.5 weeks. And everybody thinks I'm joking, but I actually do believe it to start happening. I think by August, we're going to be in mid-swing. And then the next year, after the next 18 months, going to be an interesting 18 months.
The apocalypse, as in like...
okay. When I say actual apocalypse, I have a different thing in my head than you have in your head. I've got the Jewish apocalypse in my head, which is the turmoil that will bring us into the end of days, right? There's 2 ways you get to the end of days. So the Messianic era. You either get there the pretty route, or you go the way we're going. So if you go the way we're going, there's supposed to be international wars for about a year that start in this year, in a year that's called the Shemitah year, which starts in at the end of August. So it doesn't seem to me a massive leap of logic that things are going to go south in America relatively soon. I think by I think by about mid-March. Mid-March is mid to late March is where I see things going wrong, because you have the people in power have complete power and are absolutely terrified. Are terrified beyond belief of half the population. And I think something's going to happen that's going to spark things off. And I think by the time you get to August, America won't be able to exert international pressure anymore. Won't be an international presence, which will make a massive power vacuum, which will make all these wars. And I understand all this. And believe me, I understand it sounds crazy, right? I understand it sounds crazy. My only problem is my prediction model for the last 5 years, which is completely based on like religious and Kabbalistic stuff going on, has been insane. And 100% was accurate thus far. I might be wrong. I would like to be wrong, but I can certainly see it going, in that direction. And I think the whole like pandemic thing kind of getting feeling like it's winding up. We're starting to plan for after pandemic now. In England anyway, in Israel, America, a little bit less, I think. But I get. What I think is people are going to get like a sense of like relief, and then all of a sudden we're going to get something worse, and the rug's going to be whipped out from under our feet. But if you want to guarantee survival of the apocalypse, I would say patronizing a rabbi would show God that you are in his corner. You are in God's corner. $40. $40. I got local shipping in the US, in the UK, in Canada, and in Australia. For $40, you could survive the apocalypse. But it's your choice. You can do what you want. I don't mind.
Yeah, I mean, if the apocalypse is coming, you might as well just buy this book.
Right. Was it? What's about said SJW nonsense and us a reason to start the war? Every time I say the apocalypse is coming, I go, but on the bright side, we won't have to see Star Trek Discovery Season 4. Bright side. It's the end of civilization, but we won't have to see, any more of this. No, we won't have to see. What's the stupid thing? The J.J. Abrams Superman. Thank God. Again, and if things don't go south, just keep telling that yourself. At least this era of wokeness will be over. Which is, I think, this era of woke. In all seriousness, this era of wokeness is one of the end of day scenarios in the Kabbalistic text. That when people will not be able to tell the difference between men and women. Weird prophecy that when you can't tell the difference from men and women, we're on the footsteps of the apocalypse. I just think we're kind of there right now when you can't tell, when you're not allowed to say the difference between men and women. When you can't have a male penis, when a penis isn't necessarily male, we're in a bit of a bad state.
Yeah. Yeah, I think things have started going downhill since last year, 2020.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah. But again, listen. It doesn't need to be that scary. I would tell everybody out there, right? It genuinely buy my books, subs to my channel. Definitely do that. But also, just be nice to, even if you don't believe in God, be nice to each other, right? Be nice to each other, and you're not going to lose, right? Because that's still nice. So believe in God, be nice to each other, and look, if you believe in God, have a conversation with God. Just chat to him every now and again. Tell him how you're feeling. But again, I don't want to be like preaching or telling you what to do. I'm just saying this will probably be good for you if you already do that, right? But again, oh my God, there's so many end of days things going on right now. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, don't they usually? Well, I guess it's more a Christianity thing than anything. But there's talk of the four horsemen, and you see like a ghostly horse in the distance.
Right.
That is...
Well, one thing that has really blown my mind was there's this bit in the Bible which is a freaky prophecy where Isaac. Isaac has two kids. Isaac has Jacob and he has Esau, and they're supposed to work together. Esau is supposed to deal with the world, and Isaac's supposed to be like the priest and learn about holy stuff, but they're supposed to be working in tandem together. Didn't work out that way. So it didn't work out that way at all. And then Jacob had to run from Israel, and he went and hid out, and he got married to 2 women, Rachel and Leah. But anyway, 20 years later, he has a bunch of kids. He's coming back to Israel, and Esau's coming to greet him with 400 men, and they're a war party. So it's like, holy crap, we're all going to die. We're all going to die. So the first thing he does, he splits his camp into 3 so that there are 2. So if they get one, the other one will survive. But so you think there's going to be a big battle, and he meets Esau, and because Esau is pissed about David, seriously pissed, and there's not a battle. Esau's happy to see him, because by the time he sees Jacob again, Jacob, when he left, he was like this seminary student, this very pious guy. Now he's a married man. He's got 2 kids. He's got 2 wives. He's got 10 kids. He's got business. He's got goats. He's got sheep. He's in the same world as Esau. So they see each other and they connect. And Esau says, he's actually happy to see him. He says, do you want to, let's go and walk together. And Jacob says, look, I can't walk with you right now. All this stuff I have, it slows me down. Right, but in the end, but you go ahead, and I'll catch up with you. And it says, in the end of days, that we will walk together. So, in the intervening 3,000 years, Jacob goes one way, the Jews, goes to Egypt. The Jews come out of Jacob. Christianity comes out of Esau, right? And the children of Esau, the children of Jacob, are supposed to not have a good relations until the end of time. So fast forward to the last few years, and I firmly believe the last president of the United States was the messiah of the nation of Esau. They're called Edom. Esau broke into 2 nations. There, Amalek, they're the bad guys. They were the bad guys from Germany in the 1930s, and the other half of Esau is basically Dolly Parton, basically Trump. Okay, he is how he's described in the Bible is being a tall orange man, right? So I'm like, okay. So, and we saw this crazy thing, in America protecting Israel in the UN. Now, I think, and then in a lot of ways, like moving the embassy to Jerusalem, making Jerusalem, like the king of Esau, king of Edom, making Jerusalem the Jewish capital of Israel, that I think is seismic. So I think that is a realization of that biblical prophecy, but also that Jews and Christians, for the first time in about 2,000 years, right, we're on the same side, right? Where you got the crazies who said, listen, you may have a penis, that doesn't make you a man. Don't assume my gender, whatever. And they hate all of us. They hate both of us now. We're all Jews now, right? So I really think, I totally believe we are at the end of days. We are at the end of days, but it's supposed to be good. At the end of some scary times, which is only going to last about 18 months. At the end of some scary times, we're beating our swords into plowshare, into plows and whatever they're supposed to do, and it's all going to be groovy and nice. Hopefully, so what to look forward to. But in the meantime, while you're waiting for the apocalypse to end, maybe you want to pick up a book or 2.
Have you done any research into that thing called the Great Reset?
Oh God, yeah. Oh, no, yeah. What? The 70 billion vanished from the middle classes, and suddenly, boom, turned up in the super rich, right? That was weird. Over what, 8 months?
Yeah, I mean that's supposed to be even worse than COVID, and COVID's just like the entry point. Listen,
I have no doubt. If there's not a divine intervention, that China is not the adversary of America. China is the role model. That is what they intend for America. It seems very obvious to me that they do not want you to have those rights, those American rights that are so unique. And again, they are so holy as well. I mean, no nation is really what they aspire to be.
Right.
But America aspired to be something that nothing else had aspired to be before. There's so much intense goodness in there, like having a government by and for the people, where there's liberty and justice for all. And that's, there's no democracy now. When you have 40% of the country has no, it's probably more now, probably about 50% of the country has no faith in your democratic process. You have no working democracy. You have no freedom of speech. It's defined by the fact checkers on Twitter, who are liars. They are all liars. You got no right of free assembly, right of bear arms. They're coming after that. Pretty soon. Yep. It seems to me they do not want it. And if the Great Reset, the function of the Great Reset is to make you dependent upon the government. They do not want you independent, right? And once you're dependent on the government, you are China, right? You have to do what you're told.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's what I think is going on. But again, I believe in God, and I know it's like a weird, somewhat unfashionable thing. I believe in God, and I don't think God's going to put up with it. I think God's got a plan, and I think that plan's going to stay. Yeah, everything this year, by the way, in the Jewish calendar is about a month early. That's just the way it worked out this year. But I do think that there are different like benchmarks at different points of the Jewish calendar, and I think everything being about a month early tells you what the accelerated timeline is. So I said mid-March because that's the Jewish holiday of Passover. It's like end of March. And that's the time when and that's about the time of year when the whatever the feeling, whatever the theme of the year will manifest itself. Yeah, I'll give you another thing. There's an argument. Well, when was the world created? So there's two opinions. One says in the Jewish New Year in September, and the other opinion says mid-March in spring when Passover. So the way they reconcile the two things is they say the world is created in thought, was it non-tangibly? It created in thought in September, and it takes about a 6 months period till you get to spring before that thought comes through to reality and comes through into like tangible realness, right? Which is why I think we're pretty much there. Unfortunately, my campaign ends before the apocalypse starts. So you are in luck, everybody.
Yeah, I mean, if you're the type who prepares for the apocalypse, then it would be wise to stock up on, non-perishable foods, bottled water, and books from the Rabbi.
Yeah, all these things are very necessary. You need all of them.
Yeah, absolutely. Jake says, I start to feel the Rabbi is using esoteric eschatology as a good shill.
I don't know what that means, but maybe I am.
Frog G says, I believe that history has shown those that back this campaign have a better chance of surviving the apocalypse. I say it's worth the chance.
Look, Frog G, you're just making sense. You're just being logical and reasonable and trying to help your fellow man, which I
applaud. Yeah. Smash the like, ding the bell.
There are two good things to do, yes. And we're not talking code either.
Yeah. Jake says, I buy the word of the writer that sent truth itself, flying and crashing down on earth.
Oh yeah, well that was my book in the intro into biblical. There's this little story where God's trying to decide to make the universe or not, and so truth comes up and says, look, this earth thing you're making looks really good, looks really cool. It's a terrible idea. Please don't do it because you're gonna make people, and people are like their bodies who like to do bodily things. And you're going to put souls into them, and that confusion is going to make them crazy. They're going to be absolutely crazy and do terrible things, right? And they're just going to kill each other and rape and murder. And God says, you know what? Truth. You know what? You spoke truly because you're truth. So he takes truth, and then he throws them down to earth, right? Throws them to earth. He crashes down and creates massive mushroom cloud, and it shatters into a billion pieces. Those billion pieces shatter into a billion pieces, and they get inside every philosophy, every idea, every religion. That's why anything that stands, anything that survives, has a germ of truth in it. So there's truth in everything. But in the story, I play truth. Be quiet, because truth is a bit of a dick.
That's pretty funny. Oh man. Definitely. Let's play this video here.
I have to tell you, one of the great burdens of my life, one of the great tragedies of my life, is that I already have these books, so I can't buy them. I can't back this campaign, and I feel like really jealous of everybody out there. Everybody out there, they get to be able to back this campaign, where me, I just get to watch, impotently from the sidelines. So I hope you enjoy it, guys. I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, it looks really good. You made the trailer yourself, right?
Yeah.
And I like the music as well.
All YouTube. It's all YouTube free music. That's what
Is it really?
Yeah.
That's really decent stuff. The stuff that I come across thus far, what I've listened to, hasn't been that good, but
you have to really do a deep dive into it. Listen, I just got word. I'm gonna have to go in the next like 5 or 10 minutes.
All right.
My wife just went out, and the dog. We have a new. Wait, 1 second. You like dogs?
Yeah.
Okay, we have a new puppy. Let me pull this out. Where do you go? there you go.
I thought you were gonna show the puppy live.
No. The puppy's upstairs.
Oh,
This is Daisy. We've had. Do I have any older pictures of her? We've had her for like a couple of months. She's just gorgeous. She's this absolute gorgeous little puppy. But she's we're trading her right now. She's got a bit was it a little bit bigger than this, but she's very, very cute. Anyway, my wife just went out, and the dog's in the crates, and then when the dog starts to cry, I gotta go because doggy rules, baby, doggy rules.
Oh, so you're like the dog's favorite right now?
No, I'm the only one in the house.
Oh, okay, all right.
Was it? Is there a possibility to buy the books outside the kind of those use? Yes. If you have PayPal, just get in contact with me. I will. I'll add you into the campaign. PayPal me, and I'll put the funds from me into the campaign, and you'll be registered that way. 100%.
Right on.
Look. Basically, I have to tell you before I start the campaign, it was reasonably said I'm a bit of a subscriber whore. You know, I like to get subscribers to my channel. I'm a massive subscriber whore, but I'm a huge whore for my subscribers. So whatever they want, I do. So, like times that by 1 billion with the Indiegogo. Whatever you guys want, I will sort it out. Honestly, it's like I'm so into you guys reading my comics. It's both pathetic and crazy.
Yeah, I'm real excited about getting these books. I've already backed it.
Thank you.
I'm trying to muster up the funds to back it again.
Well, you know, I wish you success in that. I wish you
for anyone who hasn't yet, be sure and back this campaign. It's really, really cool. All kinds of great stuff to get from it. Let's hit these stretch goals as well. Check out the campaign.
So, I mean, I'm pretty hopeful we'll get to the $5,000 one. I mean, that's really nearly there now. But the $10,000 one, I can see us doing. I can certainly see us doing. New print. This came out really nicely. This drawing. I'm really happy with that.
Oh yeah, very much so. Yeah, he was the one I grew up with, Tom Baker.
So interesting story about Tom Baker. I heard this from an actor 2 days ago. Who knew another actor, this woman who slept with him, right?
Really?
And before he inserted himself into this young lady, he said, "Tom's going in." Well done. I want that's my ringtone.
Oh my gosh, Tom's going in. Okay. I'll get it around mid-March, says Jig.
You are a diamond, sir.
Yeah, I mean one of the big benefits is, besides the extra spikes of interest of doing a second round of funding 30 days, is to, you know, improve your chances of hitting those additional stretch goals and bringing more money into the campaign, and then eventually going in demand to where you can have the potential of earning some more money beyond that. And you know, especially if you've got your regular 9-to-5 job and you don't have a whole lot of time to hop on streams and promote yourself and promote your channel, then it kind of buys you a little more time.
Yeah, I hear it. It's certainly not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all.
Let me see. So I'm going to give you the floor now. Would you share with the world how you can be found on social media?
Sure. You can. I'm at Biblical Comics with an X, BIBLICALCOMIX. Go to YouTube, look up The Rabbi from Another Planet. Go to Indiegogo, look up The Rabbi from Another Planet. I drop at least one video a day, 1 or 2 videos a day. I got a live stream starting in 2.5 hours, where I'll be talking about the important matters of the day. So got that going on. That's best. Honestly, I think that's everything I have to tell you. Everything I have to tell you, other than hit the like button, hit the share button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please hit that subscribe button. Gently and lovingly caress the subscribe button. Both here and add on my channel. I am sure your life will be much better for it.
Right on. You can find me at the usual haunts. I'm at MeWe, Facebook, YouTube at WyzGyz Entertainment, on Twitch under WyzGyz Twitches, Twitter under WyzGyz Tweets.
By the way, just scrolling up, you can see these. This is one that the high level tiers, like 250 or 350. These are hand drawn cards, and the 251 he'll do anything you want. But the 350, is it 250? No, 150 and 250. The 151 he'll draw you anything you want. The 250 card, he makes it 3D. Can you see, like, it's got 3D like lights and stuff he puts in them? If you click on them, they should enlarge.
Whoa!
Isn't that cool? I mean,
Oh my gosh!
So you can get a bespoke piece of incredible artwork, unique artwork made to your specification for $250, which I think is pretty reasonable. If you don't want it 3D, he'll do it. He'll do it's like $150. Plus, you get the books as well. You get the books, you get the prints, you get the cards, you get everything. You get everything plus salvation from the upcoming apocalypse.
Oh man, what a cool idea!
Isn't that cool? I know. I love the stuff he does with those.
Oh man, that is nice. 3D.
Yeah, look at the Iron Man one. It's really cool. Yeah, they're on the same thing.
Oh, and then you got you got the gems.
Right, they light up. It's so cool.
They light up?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh yeah, that's what it looks like when it's lit up.
No, they're two different cars. I thought so as well. Then I noticed the cars were different, but yeah, he puts lighting into them.
Oh my gosh, what a trip! And then, wow, I wonder how on earth he makes these things.
Oh, I don't know.
Wow.
But he's really good. And again, he'll do anything. Well, if you click on the other ones, the art cards, you'll just see how good he is. Would you, if you scroll up a bit? Yeah, they're down. They're down. These guys over here, hand-drawn art cards.
Dang, these are detailed.
Aren't they?
Wow.
Again, look, for $150.
Man.
Like whatever you like, a real custom thing to whatever you want.
Are these the size of trading cards?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
And the other one, you can see his like hands holding it. So it's incredible what he does.
Man, what a great artist! Oh, that's so cool. Even more reasons to back this project.
Again, look, if this drawing here, the Tom Baker one, this was just something he did by mistake.
That is so good.
And he's never seen Doctor Who before either.
Wow.
And he's just like, yeah, okay, no problem.
So what did he do? Just look up pictures on the internet?
I sent him a couple of pictures, and he like did his own thing from those.
Oh, wow.
Really impressive.
Yeah, really. Dang. That's so cool. All right. Maybe I should know this already, but is there
No, it's just a
ship?
Yeah. The other one, that blue thing that says police box behind him.
Yeah.
That's his spaceship.
That's his TARDIS.
That's the TARDIS. Yeah, but the spaceship's just a spaceship.
Okay. All right. Did I was watching some, like, one of the Twitter DMs I'm part of. There's a lot of Doctor Who stuff. I think you're in it too.
Yeah.
Someone shared this video. It was like the Daleks versus the Metalmen, or no, not Metalmen, but
Cybermen.
Cybermen. Did they really? I don't remember ever. I don't know. Maybe I just didn't see the episodes, but did they really both have their own starships? I guess they.
Yeah, but they have all. Everybody has their own kind of like design aesthetic, right?
Right.
It's so like the Dalek ships are like very traditional saucers. The Cybermen ships are they change. Basically, they change with in the 80s they look like this. In this story they look like this. In this story, so they change.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That ship might have been from one of those other characters or creatures he encounters. So thanks everyone for, let's see, prayers and waves. Thanks for the tea. And smash the like, ding the bell.
All good ideas. Yeah,
Thanks
I really
to everyone in chat for joining us. Thanks to everyone who watches us on replay, and thanks to our very special guest, Svi.
I like being very special. All
right, closing on out.
Thanks for having me. Come on my channel anytime you want. If you see me streaming, just hit me up. I'll bring you on.
Oh, awesome. Right on.
Right.
Thank you. Take it easy, y'all. Bye. Have a great day.
Final guest is the only person below White Holiday in the Comicsgate phone book. It's my favorite failed clone of Peter Sameti. The YouTube WyzGyz. How you doing? Welcome to the show.